Hello, welcome or welcome back to Alice's Wonderland. So today I'm going to be ranking all of the Raven Queen dolls. This is something I've been wanting to do for a while. I want to do it with like a lot of different characters. I wanted to do it with like the main three Monster High characters, so Claudine, Frankie and Draculaura. But honestly there's so many dolls, it just like, it's too big of a decision to make. I'm really bad at making decisions. So yeah, that seemed a bit daunting. So I'll probably do that at some point, but I thought I'd go with Raven Queen because she's my favourite Ever After High character. And I feel like I haven't really made any videos on Ever After High yet, so I thought it would be a good thing to do. So just a note before we get started. So with her signature doll, there were many different releases like throughout the years. I feel like the very first one with like the faded eyebrows is just like the best one. I'm just going to be using the original one purely because it is basically the same doll, it's released in different years. Same goes with Friends Ever After Raven. So there was one release in 2015 and then another release in 2016. They're pretty much the same doll, just slight changes with it being a different release. So yeah, I'm kind of just merging that into one, even though you could say they're technically two different dolls, but I'm just saying they're pretty much the same thing. They're just going to be grouped all together. I've also pre-written all my notes on all these dolls in like ranked them all, just so that it's like easier for me to kind of give you my thoughts and opinions whilst I'm on camera. I don't know, it just makes it a little bit easier for me to actually discuss them. But I'll probably put my my pages with the notes on, I'll probably put them on screen, so you can read that if you want, or you can just listen to me, whatever. I've also got my iPad here, so yeah, if you see me looking down a lot, that is because I'm just looking at my iPad. Okay, so I'm going to be starting off with my least favourite and then going up to my favourites. So in 17th place is Ballet Raven. I think this is like atrocious, and it's so just like not Raven. Like, I can't imagine Raven doing ballet. Like, I know she's quite like artsy and creative, and like she likes performing, like she likes playing the guitar, so like yeah, like maybe, but she just wouldn't do ballet. But I guess it is just, maybe it's not that deep. But I just think there's nothing to it. I think that the skirt needs more, or like maybe something on her arms. Like, I think the whole doll just needs more. It looks very kind of like it's lacking something. And also something I wrote about, I think I understand this was like a budget doll that you know, that was released later on. Maybe they probably didn't have as large of a budget, obviously, because it is a budget doll, and this is kind of when Ever After High was on its way out, so like I do understand. But I think for a dancing doll, it needs to have some articulation. Like, it doesn't have any articulation in like the elbows, wrists, knees, none of that. Like, it makes no sense, because surely if you're thinking about it like from the viewpoint of like kids playing with it, surely you'd want them to like pose and do different ballet moves and stuff. Yeah, it's got very, very little articulation, which I'm not a fan of. I really don't like the hair. I do understand that ballerinas, like, they do have their hair in a bun, but like, I just think it looks a bit ugly. I don't know. Like, maybe she needs some like face framing pieces or something. I'm not really sure. It just, I think that also might be one of the reasons why it looks so plain to me, because her hair is all up. Like, there's nothing there. I don't know if that makes sense, but it just kind of looks like a lump on the top of her head. I do quite like the detailing in like the tights and the top, like the corset kind of top. Like that's pretty cool. It's quite like detailed and intricate. It's quite pretty. I'm not a fan of the molded on shoes. That is awful. Like, that just, it looks so kind of like cheap. I'm not a fan of it. But at least like the colours are there. Like, it is very much like Raven Queen colours. So, like, I can give it that, I guess. The face looks ugly. There's nothing really there. It's just very plain and basic. I do understand it is like a budget doll, so obviously they couldn't, you know, be doing like loads with it. But I think she needs some like jewelry, like maybe a ring or a bracelet. Like, I think it would really elevate it. I just think she needs maybe something on her arms or a larger skirt or something more with her hair. One of those three, and that might have elevated it a little bit more. But yeah, it's not for me. In 16th place is Arrow Magic. Yeah, the patterns. It's just like a clash of patterns, and it's like, it just looks ugly. I don't know. I mean, it does remind me of Nerf Rebel, however you say it. I don't know if it's Rebel or Rebel, but yeah. And the thing is, I haven't actually looked into that, but I would have thought that this doll would have been released when Nerf Rebel was really popular. So maybe that was like, you know, Mattel's way of seeing what's already popular and kind of like using that to their advantage. So that's, you know, quite clever. And at least this one does have articulation, so you can move it to pose with the arrow, unlike the other one, the last one that I talked about. Yeah, I don't like the red. The red and like the blue, it doesn't really make much sense, and I think there's too much going on in the cape. Yeah, and also the skirt pattern, it's so ugly. And then paired with the top, which I'm pretty sure the top looks like plastic. Oh, and then like the really thick stitching at the top of the skirt. It's just like it's so ugly. It doesn't go well. Because like certain elements of this could work. Like, I quite like her like silver neck collar, whatever you call that. Like, that's very Raven. Like, even the cape could work if it was paired with the right things. I just think too much is going on. Also the plastic shoes. Like, the shoes themselves aren't even that bad. I don't like that they match the plastic of her legs. Like, it all kind of merges into one, if that makes any kind of sense, because it's all just like detailed plastic. Yeah, I think they needed to kind of pick one colour scheme and go with it. The face is ugly. It's just like a basic face, like there's nothing special to it. I don't like the lipstick colour. I guess it matches her hair, so that's a good thing, but like, I don't know. It doesn't really work for me. And her hair is such like an awkward length. Like, either make it shorter or make it longer. I feel like Raven suits longer hair, but like, I also think it's styled weirdly, because she's got that weird like swoop and then it just stops. Like, I mean, I quite like how the shoes and the arrow match. Like, it's in the same purple plastic, and I really like the detail on it. Like, it's quite pretty. Oh, also another thing, the skirt. I don't like the shape of it. Like, how it's kind of at an angle. It's awkward to me. Yeah, it's just not for me. For number 15, I've put Sweet Treats Raven. And I think this is such a wasted potential. Because I think with like a sweet space doll line, you could come up with such like an incredibly beautiful design. I think what maybe could have been done is maybe focused on one singular sweet. So like, it could be a cupcake, and like the dress kind of looks like a cake wrapper, and then maybe like her hair is kind of styled or like, you know, swirly at the top. I don't know, maybe that wouldn't look good in practice, but it's just an example. Yeah, I think you could do something really cool, but like the pattern that we got on her dress, it looks so cheap and childish. Like, I don't understand, dolls are for kids, but it looks too childish. But I don't think Ever After High was really, yes, it's for kids, but I wouldn't say it's meant for like really young kids who would be kind of attracted to this kind of aesthetic. Like, I mean, I watched it when it came out, and how old was I then? Like 8 or 9. So therefore I kind of feel like Ever After High, a lot of like kind of older kids liked it, and they just wouldn't really be attracted to this kind of design. Good for them if any of them were. Yeah, it's just not for me personally. Also, the shoes are actually really cute. I don't like the molded on socks. I like the frilly socks, not the fact that they're molded on. I think it's really ugly. But I mean, I've got to give it some praise because it does have turquoise in it, and I do think that Raven looks so beautiful with turquoise. Black, purple and turquoise are my 3 favourite colours, so of course I'm gonna like that. So I was happy about that. And also her like silver headband, I think she really suits silver. It's a weird shaped dress, and I don't like the sleeves. There's not even sleeves, but it's like really thick stitching, and it's kind of awkward. Like, it kind of just looks like it's not meant to be there, like it's not meant to be part of the sleeve, if that makes any kind of sense. And I also think it makes it look kind of too casual. I think with a sweet seam line, you could go all out and like make something really beautiful and detailed, and like you could have like a big puffy dress. Like, it looks too casual, and yeah, I'm just not a fan of it. Also, her hair, it's so weirdly curled. Like, it's even worse than the last doll I talked about. It's, yeah, just awful. In 14th place, I put Princess Friend Toddler Raven. This obviously just isn't for me because the actual design isn't that bad. It's basically just her signature outfit in a different style. Like, nothing is inherently bad. It's more of a personal thing where I don't really care for baby dolls. This one isn't creepy, but I find a lot of baby dolls and like toddler dolls really creepy. But yeah, I'm just not really attracted to it personally. I also don't really understand it because I don't think that toddlers care about Ever After High. Like, they didn't care when it was coming out, I mean. I do think that a lot of older kids were into Ever After High and not toddlers. Maybe it was their way of kind of getting more of like an audience. But yeah, I don't really know who was paying for this. I mean, if we use Monster High for an example, a lot of parents, when that came out, didn't like that a lot of the characters were like goth. You know, they thought they were teaching their children to be gothic, and that it was basically inappropriate for children. Now, I think Raven, she does have a very gothic style, so it confuses me that they would try and market this towards very young kids, like toddlers. I mean, as I said, obviously that wasn't all parents, but Mattel did have a lot of backlash for that. So yeah, I wonder how many toddlers had this. Also, I get this is kind of a thing on like the normal dolls as well, like their heads are pretty big, but yeah, the head looks like massive. It kind of reminds me of, you know, in Alice in Wonderland when the Queen of Hearts, like her head like gets, no, like her head is just like massive. It reminds me of that. Like, it just, yeah, it looks ugly, but I've got nothing actually against this doll. I'm not a fan. In 13th place, I've put the Friends Ever After dolls. So there was one released in 2015, one released in 2016. I'm just grouping them together. This is actually just, I don't mind it. I wouldn't try like hard to get this doll, but like I wouldn't mind having it, obviously. It's not like my favourite Raven doll ever, obviously, because it's in 13th place, but like I don't mind them. Like, it's kind of just like a basic, like, decent outfit. The colour scheme is really nice. It really suits Raven, like purple and silver and black. Not really a fan of like the moulded on top, but like I never am on dolls. I'd rather just have fabric clothing. Also, the stitching on the top of the skirt is very big. This is a problem on a lot of Ever After High dolls, probably from just where the dolls are like really skinny and small, whereas if I give Rainbow High for an example, the stitching isn't going to seem as big on their like waistband because it's larger, so like in ratio it doesn't seem as big. That, I don't know if that made sense, but yeah, so I'm not really a fan of that. Yeah, I quite like the like black like necklace slash choker. Her hair's quite nice. I like the makeup as well. She's got some like eyeshadow on this one. Yeah, and like the pattern on the skirt is pretty cool. The shoes, I like the shoes. The tiara's pretty as well. It's quite like nice and detailed. And like I quite like how it's like spiky, because I think that Raven suits quite like sharp shapes. Overall, yeah, it's just kind of like an average doll, I guess. I do prefer her lipstick on the 2016 doll. I think that Raven more suits darker lips. Maybe that's just my own personal preference because I prefer dolls with a darker lip. But I do prefer the eyeshadow on the 2015? Yeah, 2015 release. Okay, in 12th place I put Tea Party Raven. I think, again, this is such like a wasted potential because you could do something absolutely gorgeous with like the Tea Party theme. I think the main thing I don't like about this doll is the top. I think it just doesn't really go. Like I don't really get it, and it's molded on as well, which just makes it look cheap. I think if that top was black like her shoes, it could have worked so much better, and like maybe she had some more accessories, like bracelets, maybe some like fishnet tights, or maybe even like polka dot tights like Maddie has. That would have kind of tied into the like Tea Party theme a bit more, I think. Yeah, I just think it's wasted potential. Maybe I could have put it in 13th place and swapped Friends Ever After with it. I don't know. But like I personally like this concept. It just could have worked a lot better. I do quite like the feather pattern on her skirt, although I think it could have been, like, yeah, you can see at the bottom of the skirt, like you can really just see the stitching at the bottom, and I think it just makes it look cheap. The shoes, I like that they're black and I like the shape of them and everything. I just don't like how, again, it's got moulded on socks. This is the exact same shoes from the Sweet Treats doll, just literally in black. I'm pretty sure, at least. They look very, very similar. I love the teacup headband. I think it really elevates it. Like that's what you should be getting from a Tea Party themed doll. In number 11, I've put Enchanted Picnic Raven. Now, this isn't really like my personal taste, but like I do appreciate that it's like a standard good doll. I do absolutely love the ravens on her dress. I think that's really cool. And also how her dress is kind of like a picnic blanket pattern. I don't personally really like that because I think it's a bit weird that she would be wearing a picnic blanket whilst on a picnic, but I do understand what they were trying to do, and like it's pretty cool, I guess. I like the fact that she's got a lot of purple, like purple and black, but I think there's too many different types of purple. You know, her shoes are very blue tone purple, and then everything else is more of kind of like a pinky kind of purple, but it's all different shades, and I think they should have just picked one shade and gone with it. Like if the bag was made from the same plastic as the shoes, it would have looked so much more cohesive. I do like the headband. Again, she looks very, very nice in silver, and her eyeshadow is very pretty. Yeah, overall, I don't hate this doll. It's just, it's not up to my like personal taste, but like it's a pretty good doll. Okay, getting into 10th spot, I've put Way to Wonderland Raven. Now, I think this is such, again, wasted potential, because you could do something gorgeous with, you know, the Wonderland theme. I mean, don't get me wrong, obviously this isn't my least favourite Raven doll, but like, yeah, I think they could have done something a lot better. I think it looks kind of plain, like it needs a bit more. Like maybe it could have been a little bit puffier at the end. Because she's got a very big neck piece and then nothing to kind of balance that. I do kind of think she looked better in the show. Not that the doll is like, it's not ridiculously different to in the show, but I think the small details work better on the show. So like her like top skirt is more purple, that works better, rather than in the doll it's more pink. Also I like the actual mermaidy bit of like the mermaid dress, the bottom bit. That looks better in the show where it's just turquoise, in my opinion. I'm not really a fan of this like bright neon yellow. I think it's quite ugly and garish. I quite like the cards in the neck thingy. Maybe they could have used that more in the design, but I like the concept of it. And the shoes are very, very pretty. I love the shoes. That's really, really nice. I do understand that this doll was the one in the Way to Wonderland line to come with a playset. So I get that more money was kind of going, more of the budget was going to the playset. So you know, it might not be as nice as the other Wonderland dolls. But yeah, I do really like this doll, and she does have that turquoise in her design, and as I said, I really like Raven in turquoise. But I think what's maybe the problem is that there's not enough purple in her outfit. Like, there's not really any, to be honest. I mean, you could call the feathers on her dress purple, or you could call it pink, or like kind of in between. Like, I think you need some more purple to kind of balance it, and I think that's why it works better in the show instead. But yeah, I like it, it's just not my favourite, and I think, you know, it could have lived up to something so much better than what it is. Okay, so in 9th place, I've put School Spirit Raven. Now, I'm not personally into this whole, like, school spirit, like, concept. I don't care for it. Maybe it's because I feel like it's very, like, American. You know how, like, it's usually based around, like, I don't know, like, football games or something, and, like, what you would wear to that. Obviously, don't care about that, do I? But, like, it's quite surprising to me how much I like this doll. I mean, obviously it does have areas which I don't like the top. I think it's really, really ugly. It's got this, like, ugly Ever After High symbol on it. It just looks random, and I don't like the light purple. It doesn't really make any sense. And it's also just, like, a really ugly cut. Like, at the bottom it's kind of shaped like this, and I think it's really, really ugly. I mean, the shoes should be a little bit of a darker red to kind of match everything, or the other red. But honestly, it's unexpected how much I like red on Raven. Usually I like her either just with her purple and black and silver, or with some turquoise involved. But she actually looks really, really pretty with the red. And I'm not usually a fan of red, so I do like that. Also, the makeup is just gorgeous. Like, the base doll is so stunning, honestly. I really like the dark red lip and, like, the dark eyeshadow. It looks stunning, honestly. The cap that she's wearing is nice and detailed, and I like the colours of it. I think the blazer's a bit weird. Like, I get it, but I also just think the train, I don't know if that's actually attached. I don't know if the train is attached to the blazer, or if it's attached to the top or something, but I get what they were trying to do, but it's kind of a weird shape, to be honest. Like, and it's like they're trying to dress up something that should be dressed down because it's more casual. I do really like the bracelets. I really like the bracelets that they have that's like attached. It's like a ring, and then it goes up and it attaches to their, like, to a bracelet. I think that is really, really gorgeous on her. Yeah, I think it's obviously not my favourite doll, but it's a very solid, good doll, and, like, as I said, the base doll is beautiful with the makeup. Actually, the shoes are very, very detailed and intricate. Like, they've got chains on the back of them. Maybe the chains could have been painted silver, I think, or maybe black. I think that would look a lot better, but you've also got to kind of think about, like, the budget that they had. You know, it's a lot of time and effort. Well, I don't know if they would have hand painted it or if they would have gotten a machine to do it, but either way, it costs more, and it's more effort to get it painted. But I think it would have looked better with either silver or black studs on it, so the details are a bit more obvious. But yeah, overall, actually, one thing, this is very, very, like, I don't think anyone cares, but the place that the her sleeve ends, like it's kind of like here, like I realise that's where my sleeve ends, and so maybe I'm just calling my own clothes awkward, I don't know. But this is like flowy, so it's okay. Like hers is just like straight down and then just stops. Like it's an awkward place for the sleeve to kind of end. But yeah, overall it's a pretty good doll. I quite like it. In 8th place, I put Getting Fairest Raven. Now, I do understand a lot of people aren't a fan of pyjama dolls. I quite like them personally. I just think it's quite like cute and like comforting. I mean, I've got my little like bedroom thing here with like Claudine and Twyla, like, you know, they're in their creepover outfit. But like, yeah, I think it's so cute, and like I put them on the bed. Like I like setting them up like they're having a little sleepover. I think it's cute, but I know it's not for everyone. But I think these are really, really gorgeous pajamas. Like I would wear these pajamas. I really like the sleeves, like the detailing on them, and how they're very flowy, like mine are today. It reminds me of the pajamas that Elphaba wears in the new Wicked movie. Just kind of like that detailing, like it's really, really gorgeous. I really like the ravens on her top. Obviously that just links to her name. But I think that's really cool. And I like the skirt, like it's so cute. I don't know how comfy it is to wear that kind of skirt to bed. Probably not very comfy. Also, why is she wearing heels in her pajamas? Like, why she got heeled slippers? Like, I do understand the dolls are just shaped that way and they weren't gonna have like straight-footed dolls just for the sleep thing, because that would have like cost a lot to kind of manufacture. But yeah, although they are very, very cool slippers, like with the spikes, it's very, very cool. And as I said before, I think Raven suits like very sharp shapes, so obviously the spikes on her slippers work very, very well. I like the silver headphones. I like that they gave her headphones because that is like a part of her character, that she likes music. So it's just very her that she would be listening to music before going to bed. There's nothing really to say about her makeup, but like that's obvious. Like I would be complaining if they gave her like really, really heavy dark makeup for going to bed. Like it wouldn't make sense. So yeah, I really like this doll. It's very solid, and she's very, very pretty in it. In 7th place, I put Date Night Raven. Now this is one that came in a 2-pack with Dexter. I really, really like this doll. I like her makeup. I think just like the smoky black eyeshadow is really, really gorgeous on her. I think she could have had lipstick to match it. I don't really like the pale lips. Like it looks like concealer lips. Like I'm just not personally a fan. Also the bag. The bag is something that really, really stood out to me, because I like it when they give you little pieces of who her character is, you know, in the media. And she likes playing the guitar, so it makes a lot of sense for her to have a guitar bag. Similarly with like the feather top, obviously that's like raven feathers, which is, you know, a cool touch. I think a lot of her outfits do have raven feathers on it, which I'm a fan of. Also the fishnet tights. I really, really like her in fishnets. I thought a lot more of her outfits had fishnets on it, like in my head. But then actually going through it, I think, hang on, let me have a look. Yeah, like only 2 of her dolls have fishnet tights, which is just crazy to me because she suits it so well. Also her shoes are really, really gorgeous. And I like how, because as I said on, which one was it that I just talked about? The School Spirit Raven, how, you know, the chains weren't painted silver. On this one they are painted silver, and it really adds to it. I think it's really, really gorgeous, and you know, it matches with her necklace. It's very cohesive. I can't lie, I think the shape of the top, again, it's that weird, like, weird curved shape. I'm not a fan. I think it looks really, really ugly. Also I kind of feel like the skirt could have had something more. It's very plain. Although you could argue that if it had anything more to it, it might be like too detailed, like there's too much going on. So it is like kind of finding that balance. The blazer, I don't know how to feel about it, because it's kind of like it's dressing up the occasion, but I think that Raven is quite casual. Like, blazers are kind of like you're going into the office, not, you know, going on a date. I just don't really get it, but like I'm not 100% against it. I think maybe if it was like a leather jacket, that would be a lot cooler, but the fact it's a blazer, I do understand people do wear blazers on dates, but I don't think that's Raven, and I'm not personally a fan. I think her deep black hair looks really, really gorgeous on this style, and I like the like silver head accessory clip, whatever you call it. Yeah, overall I think she's really, really gorgeous. In sixth place, I've put Dragon Games Raven. I love the turquoise that they've put in her hair. I think it looks so, so gorgeous. As I said before, I love Raven with turquoise, so this really, really works for me. Although I wish they put more turquoise into her outfit as a whole. I think it needs to be a bit more consistent, because it's just this random streak of turquoise and then it's nowhere else. I mean, there is like a bit of green on her top, so like it kind of ties in there, but yeah, I think they needed more turquoise. I like the silver jewelry. I think that's very, very beautiful. Like it's very detailed. Not even jewelry, it's like armor basically. I really like the chains and everything on her ponytail as well. It matches the armor. I think that's pretty. I think the train on her, is that even called a train? I don't even know, to be honest. I don't really know dress terminology. But the thing that's like comes out from her, oh god, I can't explain things. The skirt, the mesh kind of skirt thing. Wow, it's a really good explanation. It makes no sense. Like, it's like they're trying to force her to wear a dress even though she's like playing in the Dragon Games. Like, she doesn't need to have something dressy, if that makes sense. Like she's allowed to just wear trousers, and like it just looks a bit like kind of, I don't know if it makes it look cheap, but it's flimsy and it makes no sense for it to be there. Like it doesn't really add much to the outfit, if that makes any sense. I do love the pattern on her trousers. I think that's gorgeous. I don't, however, like how the colour of her shoes is different to the purple in her hair and her trousers. I think they could have used like one of the same colours and make it more cohesive. I think overall, this store has a good amount of detail in the store. Like it's not too much, but it's also not enough. Like it's just right. Maybe she took tips from Goldilocks that day. But yeah, I think she's pretty. Okay, getting into the top 5 now. I've put Throne-Coming Raven. I could have maybe put this higher because she is a very, very gorgeous doll, but there were obviously ones that I preferred. I love the silhouette of this. It's like the perfect kind of ball gown, and I really like the details that have gone into this look, like the makeup that she's wearing. It's got these like gorgeous like sparkles, and I really like the eyeshadow colour and the lipstick colour. It's very her. She's got this like big updo with lots of volume, which is very, very pretty and, you know, suitable for this theme. I do think maybe it would have been nice to have a few pieces coming down, but like it's not the end of the world. Like her hair still looks nice. I like her like, what on earth do you even call this? It's like a massive collar thing, whatever you call that. I think that's really, really pretty, and how it matches the mask. I like how the dress and the mask has a little bit of turquoise in it, just kind of like as an accent colour. I would have liked to see a little bit more turquoise on it, but then again, I don't know if that would have been too much. But yeah, I do like how it just gives you like a little bit of turquoise to kind of balance things out. I like the spiky bag. I think that's very her. All of the jewellery and like the way she's got the black gloves, I think that is very, very pretty. Again, very, very her. I feel like I might just be repeating myself with a lot of things. The shape of the dress is stunning. Like I really like the how it's asymmetrical, and it balances because her neck thing is slightly tilted this way. So then when her dress is slightly tilted the other way, it just balances it so beautifully. I hope I explain that right, but yeah, I think it's really, really gorgeous, and I like how the dress has a lot of glitter on it. It's very fun, really, really gorgeous. In fourth place, I put Spellbinding Raven. Now, I could have combined this with the 2015 San Diego Comic-Con Raven, because it is basically a re-release of it, but I think that there's a fair amount of differences in them where I feel like I could maybe just rank them as two separate dolls. But obviously I won't go fully into detail on this doll now, because you're yet to see where I've put the original release of it, and I think I'll go more into the details of this doll when I get to that one. I hope that made sense. I don't know if it just sounds like I'm rambling. Like, I hope it made sense as to what I'm doing. But yeah, I think this is such a gorgeous doll. I really love the turquoise eyeshadow, obviously. It's stunning, and just like, it's so dramatic and powerful. Exactly what a Raven doll should be, I think. I will say, compared to the original release of this doll, this one, it uses more of like a sheer fabric on like the skirt. Like the skirt train thing. Great explanation. Which isn't as powerful and isn't, I don't know, I think it could have, the actual skirt could have had a lot more, because she's got this massive like feather, what is that called? The thing that's going around her? I can't think, but whatever that's called. It's so like big and like dramatic. It needs a bigger skirt to balance it, I think. I also think the thing that's like this, again, I can't think of what it's called. It's made of plastic, where that does kind of make it a little bit more cheap, more similar to Playline dolls. Obviously this doesn't look like a Playline doll. Like, it looks like a collector doll, but I mean it brings it down in comparison to the original one that had like proper like, it looked like proper feathers, whereas this release is made of plastic, so it kind of brings down the quality a little bit. In third place, I put Legacy Day Raven. This is such just like a gorgeous, solid doll. With her cape, I really like the details on it. Like, the pattern is really, really gorgeous, and like the colour scheme works so beautifully. Like, it blends in with everything else, but it still lets the purple outfit be seen over the top of it. I think maybe because there isn't too many contrasting colours, it like, I mean, on the actual cape itself, the turquoise and the purple, it blends in so well with the kind of brown colour. So yes, it's detailed, but like, it's not too distracting. I hope I'm making sense of that. But yeah, it's like the perfect amount of detail for it. It's just really, really beautiful. I really like all of her silver jewellery, especially the headpiece. It's very detailed, with like the raven wings, and it's got like jewels coming down. Also the belt, the like studded belt, is really pretty. Like, I feel like I would wear that myself. And also how there's like the silver glitter on the trousers, it ties in all the other pieces of silver. Also the like studs on the top of her shoes. I just think it all looks very like kind of expensive, which is what you would expect from her Legacy Day outfit. Oh, also her like massive studded earrings, that is gorgeous. It's very sharp, and that kind of works really, really well with her design. I also love how she's wearing trousers with this outfit, because I feel like you would kind of expect, you know, it's your Legacy Day outfit, you've got to wear like a massive ball gown, and I guess she did on her what's it called, Throne Coming outfit. But I really just love how she's wearing trousers. I feel like a lot of the time with fashion dolls, you see them in, you know, fun dresses, which is cool. Like, I like that, but I think she suits wearing trousers a lot. So I do like that they did that. I'm not a fan of the way her toes are like peeking out of her shoes. I think that is so ugly. I feel like everything else looks very expensive and high class. I do not think it's high class to have your toes peeking out of your shoes. So yeah, not a fan of that. But yeah, I think everything else is just so stunning. I like how there's a bit of turquoise in the eyeshadow. Also, her top kind of like makes the illusion of feathers. So I like that it kind of... Oh, and also there's like purple feathers like around her neck. So I really like how they've really gone for the feather theme, but it's like not too obvious. Like there's just little subtle bits of feathers all around her outfit. It just makes it really cohesive and nice. In second place, I put her signature / first chapter doll. I think this is such just like a solid, beautiful design. I mean, obviously it's the outfit that you see her wear, you know, the majority of the time. So of course it's going to be, it's like her classic outfit. It's just so her. I really like the gothic influences that went into this outfit and like her whole colour scheme. Like, I think it's just very, very gorgeous. Also, the silhouette of the outfit is very, very pretty. I think also there's like a very big personal connection to this doll because I do own 2 of them, and you know, I just personally love this outfit because, you know, it's her classic outfit. It's what you see her wear all the time. I like the feathers on her collar, and you know, the way she's got quite a lot of like purple, not purple, silver jewelry. I think the makeup on her first release, you know, the faded eyebrows is gorgeous. I don't have that one, but I think her face is just so beautiful. I thought I'd just show you my actual doll, because you know, it gives you a better look into what it actually looks like. But yeah, the feathers on her collar, I think that is gorgeous. I just really like this like big dramatic collar. I think it's just very powerful, very her. I like this jewelry, as I said before, you know, the bracelet that connects to the rings. That is like really cool. Also her bag, how it's got the mirror on it. That is such like a cool detail. That obviously relates to her character. I like how her top is like kind of shiny. It's got bits of like green and turquoise and purple in it. And that's kind of like a part of the design that you wouldn't notice if you just saw the stock photos. Her dress / skirt is a very, very cool shape. I like these like mesh ruffles, and the fact she's got fishnets. I love Raven and fishnets, and I think more of her dolls should have had them. Her shoes are very, very pretty. They've got, oh, that's not even in the, there we go. I really like how there's feathers on her shoes. That is such a gorgeous detail. It's really, really pretty. And the silver chains on them. Her hair is really gorgeous. Like, it's just a nice, deep, dark black. Overall, she is so pretty. One thing that I would say, actually, I wish she came with earrings. That's like one thing that I think she's missing, but everything else is just stunning. Okay, so in number 1 place, I've put San Diego Comic-Con Raven, the 2015 one. So this is the original version of Spellbinding Raven. I think she is so stunning. I mean, I think it's obvious why she's number 1, because she is like a collector's item. She's going to be a little bit more, you know, detailed and high quality. But I think she's got so many gorgeous details in this design. It was difficult to find a good quality picture for this one, obviously because less of them were made. But yeah, I found the best one I could, but I do apologise for the like bad quality in this photo. I think the silhouette is just gorgeous. Like, it's so powerful and striking. And I really like this mermaid dress. You know what? I never used to be a fan of mermaid dresses, but it is kind of growing on me. I think it works really well with the feather train behind it. Because if it was like a massive ball gown, like it gives it some air to breathe. So some room to breathe, basically. I think the like massive like pinky purple and black feathers all around her. It's so striking, and it really catches your attention when you look at it. Again, I really like how they've really emphasized the like feather theme on her headpiece. Like here there's like a white raven skull. I really like that detail. She's also got a white raven skull here, and then there's like feathers coming out in like, or like spikes coming out into like a collar. I think that is so creative because it kind of looks like a raven flying with its wings out like that. This is a very small detail. I feel like you've got to zoom in to be able to see it. But yeah, I really like that detail. I love the turquoise, the glittery turquoise eyeshadow. And she's got real eyelashes as well. I think that is really gorgeous, and it like elevates it. I think the fact she's got real eyelashes, it makes it so much more obvious that it's a collector doll, and it's more what am I saying? It costs more basically. She's also got these pink plaits coming down. That is like such like a unique look. I really like it. You know, and it's something that you've not seen on Raven dolls before. I wish I had a better quality photo because I feel like you can't even properly see all of the details, but I mean, like, I can see her bracelet and that looks pretty. I also really like how the dress is glittery, because it adds that like a nice bit of detail, but it's not too much. It just makes it look really pretty, and it ties it in with the glitter eyeshadow as well. Also, the fact that she's holding a red apple skull, I just love the imagery. It looks really, really cool. I mean, obviously this isn't really accurate to her character. I mean, the fact that she's holding a red apple skull, I mean, we know that Raven doesn't want to follow her destiny to be the evil queen. But I think if Raven was actually evil, you know, if she actually wanted to be the evil queen, this is what she would look like. And it's very, very powerful. It's a very gorgeous design. I do feel like because it's a collector doll, there's room to kind of not be so show accurate, because it's going to be adults buying this, not little kids. Because I do really like when her dolls kind of showed who she was as a character. For example, when she wore things, you know, to do with her love of music. But I think because it's a collector doll, there's kind of room to kind of be less within the canon and kind of, you know, have fun with the fact that her mum is the evil queen, and kind of think about what she would look like if she was actually going to follow that destiny. Yeah, overall I think this design is very, very sharp and striking and powerful. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and yeah, feel free in the comments to let me know your favourite Raven dolls, or even suggest like characters, like doll characters to rank. So, you know, I did suggest maybe doing Claudine, Frankie, Jack Laura, but that will be a very, very big task. But, you know, if there's any other characters that you'd like to see me rank, let me know. But yeah, that is going to be it for today, and I'll see you in the next one.